Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. On Friday, we unfortunately still had outflow. 91 million ETH somehow not working. Sol is plus 3 million. Oh, there we go. ETH was minus 13 million and Sol was plus 3 million. Sol continues actually to surprise me. It's just like mostly it's just green. No one's selling. I mean, it's probably because it's mostly new. That's why. Sol and some of these others like XRP are new. But ETH a little bit outflow, Bitcoin little bit outflow. Right? We haven't seen massive inflow yet, but this week could definitely change. And things can turn on a dime really, really quickly because let's not forget, up until the first week of May, it was still fantastic. All the green, all the inflow, and then all of a sudden we kind of had this outflow for a couple weeks, right? But things can turn back really quickly. Same thing if you look at liquidity. One-day liquidity change plus 97 million for the last 7 days plus 543 million. All good things, right? But it hasn't overcome how much has come out within the last 30 days. But, we're starting to see that rotation back in. So it's a good thing. And it makes sense because of how low we are right now for all crypto. It's a bargain. If you're chasing the shiniest investments, sometimes you get burned because you're buying towards the top, right? A lot of people are chasing AI plays, and even foreign markets, right? But just look at SpaceX, look at what it has done, right? Short-term corrections, bigger corrections can definitely happen. So you got to be careful in terms of just like rotating all the time. You don't want to be caught holding it back at the top, right? Saylor. Saylor did something interesting this week. He increased Strategy's USD reserve by 300 million to 1.4 billion. Continues to, plans on continuing to replenish it, and also bought 520 Bitcoin. I felt like he just kind of squeezed the 520 in there because he doesn't want to just announce that he only increased the reserve. And how did he do this? By selling exactly the same amount, 335 million of MicroStrategy stock. This is why MicroStrategy stock continued to be weak. Here's the thing though. According to his own, I don't know what you go, roadmap or his own rules in terms of MNAV and the price of stretch. He's not supposed to be selling strategy shares when that ratio is below 1, which pegs stretch at $100. It's way below. It's like 0.8 something. So according to his own rules, when stretch is below 100, he's not supposed to issue more strategy stock. I looked at it closer, okay? Because last week I was saying this. When stretch goes above, he issues more strategy. When it's below, he actually should not issue more strategy stock and sell. And he's still doing that, but I think he's doing that to prepare in case we stay here longer at these levels, right? He has to be able to pay out the dividend without being able to sell more. And that's what he's doing. He's, increased his reserve to 1.4 billion cash and not using that to buy Bitcoin right now. But it's kind of going against his own rules, unless I'm misinterpreting it and there's other things at play, like not increasing strategy shares to stock, but you can sell strategy, like stuff like that. But his trolls are still on him. Saylor's still facing a lot of heat from that 32 sell Bitcoin, which I think most people agreed did absolutely nothing and just ruined confidence. There was no need to test the market and test the system to see if they could sell 32 Bitcoin, even if they sold 1 Bitcoin, not even 32, because 32 on the grand scheme of things mean nothing, okay, when he has 847,363, right? But it's the ethos that people thought Saylor had to never ever sell, and somehow that has been shattered and confidence just not completely restored. Well, he did still buy, and Grant Cardone says he's buying Bitcoin like crazy. Okay, which is good, but Peter Schiff has something to say. Combining real estate with Bitcoin solves nothing. Grant Cardone claims REITs need Bitcoin on their balance sheet to sell so they can pay for repairs and maintenance, but real estate throws off rental income, which can be used to cover those ongoing costs. Happy to debate this. Well, at least he's not attacking Grant Cardone. And Grant Cardone has shifted really within the last couple of years. Before, he didn't really care about Bitcoin, but I think his brother, orange pilled him, because he does have a brother, Gary Cardone, that has been in Bitcoin and crypto for a while, and it's good to see someone else, famous and rich, to be orange pilled. So good for him. I don't know if that debate will ever happen. I met Peter Schiff last year. I said I would like to debate him. He said sure. Gave me an assistant, and an email assistant. Never heard back. But thinking about it in hindsight, I can never win against Peter Schiff. He's one of those guys that will never, ever, ever, ever say anything good about Bitcoin. And I think it's kind of a ruse at this point, because that's what he's known as, a Bitcoin anti-Bitcoiner, and even Bitcoin conferences invite him just for that stance. So he'll never, ever, ever concede anything about Bitcoin in a positive light. Bitcoin's available supply is shrinking. Where does it go? Well, obviously, where does it go? It goes into people's wallets. That's where it goes. We do see exchange reserves continue to drop, which is good. You still see whale buys, okay, and taking out from Binance, from Coinbase. You see it all the time. Where do they go? Well, obviously into wallets, but you don't know who they belong to, right? But the smart, that understands, or the long-term holders, they are loading up, right? They can see it. And we do have a lot of great things happening. Fundamentals is still great. People forget that we still have the Clarity Act that's going to be voted upon, right? We still have all the institutions and companies that are still loading up in their Bitcoin treasuries. Okay. If you look at the metrics, still good, showing that we are basically as low as crypto winters from previous cycles. And you have a lot of technicals that show, we're basically oversold at this point, right? Even though there could be more volatility, but we are definitely very low and oversold. So a lot of great things to look at, but right now, I know it could seem kind of tough, but this is the price of admission. Crypto winter, this is where, retail is tested. Lettuce hands are tested versus diamond hands. This is how it goes.